Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today's video is going to be our movie room makeover. This one has had me so flustered and so stressed. I'm still not fully decided on how it ended, if we're going to tweak anything else, but I did want to show you some before clips. If you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. If you love anything home related, I feel like I do it. I feel like I do decorating, decluttering, organizing, cleaning, DIY projects, all the things. So definitely make sure you click that so you don't miss out on any future videos. But we're gonna go ahead and get started in today's video. And the very first thing you have to do when you start a makeover video is clear everything out. So in this space, that takes a little bit of work. We have like a sofa in the back, a reclining sofa, which we decided not to move. It is so heavy and we barely got it in originally with like 2 other adults, but all the recliners had to be moved out. So Chase is taking them apart. I'm cramming them in our guest bedroom over here because we have workers coming in to paint the movie room, but they're also working on other areas in the house. They're working like in our kitchen, they're working in our living room, in our dining room. So I can't just like move the furniture out there because I'm have to move that furniture as well. So we have a lot going on. You're not really gonna see that side. We're sticking to the movie room side. So basically we're just gonna get all this stuff cleared out. Talking in your sleep, said I'm gonna leave. While we have these backs off, I can see like all the crumbs and dirt. I didn't realize Chase could take those off. I'm gonna be doing that more often. I'm gonna come in and vacuum all these. This one's the worst, and I know who sits here, and I'm not gonna call them out, but I know who did that. Before the red sun rises, get free tonight. I set it all on fire. There's never a good time to clean furniture, but when you have things apart, do it. I know like you're so focused, like I just wanted to get everything cleared out of here. I kept telling myself I'll do it when we move it back in, but I knew I'd be tired. So anytime you see messes like that, just hurry up and get it clean, especially if it's not gonna take long, so you don't have to worry about it later. But if you ever have something taken apart or you're moving your bed to do something for some reason, like always clean under things while you're moving them, because that's just the best time to do it. Now it is time to take down this TV so they could paint underneath it. I will say we did not take like the hardware, like the bracket off the wall. They just painted around it because it's in there tight, and I feel like if we take it out, it's gonna make the holes too big and then it's gonna be loose, and you definitely don't want your TV hung, you know, not tight and secured, and they said that happens all the time. So if we ever move this TV and the bracket comes off, there will be why, but we can touch it up. Right there, I want you to notice that's a good size TV. Like everybody's always telling us to get a bigger TV in here. It is huge. It's over like 75 inches. Like I talk about it a little bit later on in the video, but I wanted you guys to just see it next to me for reference. It's a big TV. We don't need a bigger one, trust me. It was like a puzzle trying to get everything to fit into our guest bedroom because we had, what, 6 recliners go in there and they were in separate pieces. So yeah, definitely it took a little bit of like work, but we made it fit, and that way we didn't mess with any of the areas that workers were gonna be in. Okay, if any of you are coming at me being like, gross, you've got rat poop on your floor, it's not. It's the crunch bites. Everyone loves these. Now we can totally say, ooh, there's like candy all on your floor. As we were like moving stuff in there, it was falling out like popcorn and stuff. So either way, those needed to be moved so I could clean. Note to self, I'll start moving them more. I feel like I'm good about like tipping them backwards and vacuuming underneath, but it was like in between them. So I'll have to start doing a little better, but that's not poop, just crunch. So ever since we moved in, we've had curtains up in this room. It's always just a really dark space. So it was so weird to see everything cleared out, all the curtains down. You're gonna see what it looks like in a second. It's so bright, it's so big. I started to like second guess myself, like, are we even doing the right thing? Like, should this be a movie room? Do we use it enough? Should it be a workout room? Should it be a hangout space? I'm like, we could really use tons of bunk beds because we have so many people staying with us during the holidays. Ultimately, obviously, if you're watching this video, we decided to keep a movie room, but it's just so weird. Like, when I saw it all cleared out, I'm like, are we really using this space to the best of our ability?
Out, you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far.
There's just a part of me when I see this view, I feel like it's so wasted because there's curtains up and you never see it. I'm like, this would be such a pretty bedroom or something, or, you know, workout space. And one day it could be changed into something else, but it was really hard just covering up this window. Okay, here is an update. I forget like how big the space is. I also forgot the gorgeous view that we blocked off with black curtains, but it needs to be like blacked out for the movie theater. But I don't know, I was just telling Chase, I'm like, are we doing the right thing? Does this need to be a movie room? But I don't know what else we would do because it's so big. But I feel like we just moved in. Like, this is how I remember the space. The whole time we were like planning the house and coming in here and checking on it and deciding if we were gonna put these in. I don't know, it just seems so weird seeing it back like bright again. And this space is gonna look very, very, very different in a few days. So I have no idea where my clips went of like showing this room being painted, but it's finished. So if you haven't seen it yet, it is done. It is dark, it is beautiful, it is perfect for a movie room. I would not do this in like a space that you don't want to be dark because we even have really good lighting in here. But since we painted everything this color, it is a dark room. So keep that in mind. Now, we need it dark because it's a movie room. But if you love, what did we use? It was like iron ore from Sherwin-Williams. It's a very light gray. Like if you see it next to our black curtains there, it is a lighter gray. Like it's a charcoal. It's not like almost black, but it still darkens the space a lot. Once again, that's what we were going for, but I just want to share that with you guys. It would be really cool in like a powder bathroom or something like that. But if you don't want your bedroom to be dark or the guest bedroom, I do not suggest this. But like I said, it was perfect for what we needed it to be.
There to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons Just call on me to get you just call on me to get you
So once we got the curtains up, I wanted to try our sectional in here. It was still cramped in our dining room from all the workers being there, so it wasn't set up anyway. So I'm like, let's just try it in here because then we could just get new furniture for the living room. Honestly, this sectional has seen better days. I love it. It is so cozy. I'd love to have it in here, especially with the lights out because you don't see that it's just being worn. But Chase hated it. Like, we put it in and he was like, I hate it. And Chase never speaks up. So I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't leave it. Looking back at these clips, I think I could have totally made it work. I think it was just one of those, it was just so much change at once with the dark walls and then the light sofa. But I think if he would have let me like set the vibe, like with the lights out and like some dark throws, there's a part of me that's like, do I put it back in there and just like see if I can make it work? But now, I don't know. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later on in the video. But now we're putting everything else back in. George right there is being our trooper. He's our supervisor. He makes sure we don't miss a thing. I'm going to start bringing in other pieces and then we'll go from there.
just call on me. Just let me know when I will be. Just call on me. Whoa, say the word. Just let me know when I will be. Just call on me.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you?
So apparently I forgot I did set the vibe for him and he didn't like it. Now I didn't get to decorate. Like, I'd love to get the matching ottoman for this sectional so like everybody could lay down. But I think if I could have decorated it with like some pillows and blankets, I think I could have done it. But I will say if we get a sectional in here, he prefers a darker color one, which would work, but we'd also need more of like a U shape so more people could sit on it and not have like this open space on the side. I think I could have made it work, but it didn't work. So we're gonna take it all back out. We're gonna start bringing in all the recliners now, and then we're gonna just move forward until we make this space feel right.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it.
So once we painted the walls dark, our like outlets and plugins and all that stuff were just not working in white. So Chase went ahead and just ordered some new items off Amazon. He did flip the breaker, just in case any of you are panicking here. You always do. We know how to do it. So there's no electricity running to this room. He's gonna go ahead and rewire these and show you how it looks when it's done, and all the black finishes just really complete the space. Here's a little before. Now we didn't have the cover on them here because it had been painted, but you can see the white down there. And then once Chase switched them out, the black just looks so much nicer. Now we're starting to measure of like, do we need a sectional? There's so many perks to a sectional, like it's just cozier, we can lay all the way down. Like I get when we're hosting our entire family, it would be a tad bit harder to fit in here, but that's very rare. I feel like that we get every human being in this house in this space. I feel like it's either the guys watching TV or the girls or the teenagers. I will say, I think twice out of this entire year, we had like all these seats full where everybody was watching the same movie. But other than that, it would be nice to have the sectional. It's cozier. I could use the space more just like daily. And then when we have all that company and we're short a bedroom, this could be a bedroom because kids or even my parents or whatever or my sister could sleep on the sectional because it's actually cozy, and then they'd have their own bathroom in here versus like recliners. Nobody can really sleep in a recliner because they don't go all the way back. So we're just like figuring out what that looks like, what would fit. I love the idea of keeping 3 recliners back here on the back wall. It fits actually really well and looks really good. And then a sectional could go out here in the middle, so we would still be able to seat a whole lot of people. So it's kind of a disaster in here. We've got things moved around. I've been rebounding. That's another whole thing you might see a video on if I do like a video doing like a morning routine or something. But I'm trying to figure out like if we're gonna do a sectional here. If we did, how big does it need to be? Because I don't want to buy one and it not fit. I don't want to buy one and it be too small. If we do put a sectional here, I still wanted an option for seating back here in the back. We could have left this, but all of a sudden the electric part went out and it won't open. So like it won't recline. You can still charge things, but it kind of defeats the purpose. So I got to figure out what to do with that. But I love that back there. So I'm like, okay, we could keep those 3 seats for the people that just have to have the movie seats, and then get like a big sofa bed type thing here. But I'm trying to see if there's anything I like. What brands, all that. We went and looked at like Ashley Furniture today and there was like nothing. So it's all just gonna depend on what we can find and if we can find it, and I don't know. There's no telling how this is gonna end up. Okay, so basically this is my new workout room right now until we figure out what we're doing. Last I showed you guys we moved to this back here, which I really like, but I don't know. The sectional's up for debate still, but I did get to work out like right here, so that was nice. But we had a few things come in. So these are like glass frames and they're like frameless. And we got 3 movie posters to put up here. And then we have lighting to put up there. I don't know that I've shown you guys that yet. I might have. I'm filming so many videos at the same time. And then people keep coming to my house and I show them that I forget if I told you guys or if I told my family. But these are gonna be like lights that go up here, and they're lights you just plug in. So if you don't want to install them, if you don't want to wire them, but you want a really cool looking light on your wall, and it's from Amazon. So I'll be linking those for you guys. But we're gonna make sure these aren't broke. So we only have 1 poster in, we're waiting for the other 2. But since our frames came, were those Amazon?
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, you can buy. Yeah, these are off Amazon.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll link those 2 just in case you're wanting to like, I don't know, just make it a little bit nicer. Like, I don't want a very like cheesy movie room, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I wanted a little bit like luxurious movie room. So we're gonna put them in that. These are our old ones. I haven't decided if we're not gonna use them. If we do, they'll be back here, but I think they're a little more cheesy movie room, where these are gonna be a little more classy. It's gonna be real classy.
Real classy.
So each one of us picked a poster. So as they come in, we'll show you, or you guys can guess who picked which poster. I'm sure you guys can guess easy, but I'll just wait and let you guys see those, and you guys can guess.
Yeah.
Chase is gonna go ahead and start measuring out so we can figure out how we want to hang the posters. I was gonna show you guys the posters, but one came in wrong. So Beetlejuice is one we ordered, The Dark Knight, and then I got Grease, but that other one came in, like the Western. And they were gonna resend it, but I ended up canceling it anyways because I just didn't like all the color. It seemed really busy. It seemed a little like, I don't know, just cheesy movie room, and I'm trying to keep it very elevated, like classy, sophisticated, and like all these other chairs are already like throwing it for me, but I'm trying to make them work for Chase while we're deciding like which way is best. So he's gonna keep hanging those. I'm gonna keep rearranging because I'm so flustered, so I just keep moving things around until things feel right.
Like nobody is watching what we're doing. Like nobody is watching us. Like nobody is judging while we're dancing. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost. Follow you. The only thing I want to do through everything we step into. We're dancing till we get lost. Far from rules, how to feel it. We know that fast isn't always the best. Sometimes your turns makes me dizzy, but with you I don't need the.
Okay, let's talk about hanging these prints. So originally they were in just like a really cheap black frame off Amazon. I can link them, they get the job done, but they definitely look way nicer in this like plexiglass with gold hardware. But I do want to let you know this is not for the beginner DIYer. So getting these hung even, especially if you want them hung right next to each other at the same height, if you're going to stagger them, it's probably not as bad. I will say that. But we wanted them super even, and like our ceilings are a little off, so like measuring down, trying to find the exact space of where to put it. Chase said it was not beginner friendly. Like, you can do it, it just takes way longer than expected. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna link them, but if you like never have done a DIY project before, this is probably not the one to start with. It's the next day, or the next morning. We were up until like midnight. When I say we, it was Chase. Savannah and I were like curled up here watching TV, assisting him. I still got a lot of cleaning to do, so I'm not gonna like show you all of it yet, but I just wanted to show you when you see me cleaning. I'm like cleaning up all of this. I need to move that out, but I was trying not to move too much off the counters because I needed to make sure we were getting the right height. So let's get this clean. I need to add more drinks in here. It's empty. Get some cleaning done, and then we'll get our after shots if we're done. We're still debating this. I'll let you know in a few minutes.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
I want to talk about these lights because I don't think I did last night before I put this back up. I mentioned that they just plug in, so I wanted to show you if you don't want to have like things hardwired, if you don't want something to charge. I feel like this is the best scenario for you. We did this when we were remodeling our Airbnb behind like the kids' beds, and what's nice is there's remotes, so if you want to, but there's also on this, so like by the beds at the Airbnb, kids could turn them on and off, and I thought it was so nice just to have a nightlight that kids had control to. But I love the design of these. So once I put the candy back, you really don't notice it. We taped it to keep this straight. Now eventually that may straighten out on its own and we won't need it, but you don't see it anyway. But I feel like it adds so much. There's different color lights with this, so you can do like daylight, warm, or like really warm. There's timers on this, so if you don't want to forget to turn it off, you can dim them, you can brighten them. I don't know. It's got lots and lots of options. I felt like they were very affordable for how nice they look. So we went with like the brushed gold look. If you guys can see that up close, the lighting in here is so hard with this dark paint, and we have like no daylight because of the curtains behind me. But I just wanted to show you, like right here it doesn't look as good, but once I get done decorating, I want to show you like how good these look on and all of that. You can tell this is a movie room because look at all these remotes. I try to keep them labeled. Some of my stickies have fallen off just in case. Like if I know someone's coming to be in our house and we're not going to be here to help, I always label them. But this is like our TV remote. This is the soundbar remote, which is like the speaker underneath and the surround sound in the room. But I think technically right now we've got it linked up to that. So like we don't use it, I just keep it out. This is for our tower lights. So we have 2 lights we DIY'd. If you want to go back and watch that video back here. This is to our fan up here. It controls the light and the fan speeds. This is the lights behind the TV so we can turn them on. And now we have 2 of these for these lights, but they do link up. So I can just use one of them, so we'll have a backup. But if you're wondering why I have so many remotes, it's crazy. I get it. It's intense.
I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down, feel alive. Drive a faster car.
You're calling, I'm falling. Don't know what it is you do to me. Yeah, where you go, I follow. Let's go out and dance the night away. Going like 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Dance the night away. I am ready.
Okay, so here's how it turned out. The paint enough is a game changer. Like when we used to turn on the light here in the movie room, it went from like a movie room to like, oh, what is this space? I don't know. White walls in here did not work. I think because like everything was so harsh, because like the curtains are black and the TV is black and the chairs are black. Like the white walls was just too much. So I love, love, love that we did it. I love that we did the ceiling. Really, really happy with that. I am looking for a sectional or some type of setup here, but there's no way it's going to be in time to like finish up this video because I don't want to be rushed. It's not an easy ask. I don't even know exactly what I'm looking for. I have an idea. So we're just going to leave these in here and just try it out and go from there. This wall was the biggest game changer, which I don't even know if you guys can tell. Like, I'm sure if you see the befores, it's not a big deal on camera, but just by switching out the frames, it elevated the space so much. I'm sure I've referenced this in like voiceovers. This is a DIY project. Like you can order the frames off Amazon. It's like plexiglass, but it was not easy to hang. Now I will say our walls are like never flush. The ceiling's never perfect. Just making them even, like if you were going to stagger them, it would be easier, but Chase trying to get them perfectly lined up, it just took some work. So keep that in mind. It's not that you can't do it. It's just going to take a little bit longer than what you're expecting. So just keep that in mind. I thought it would be done in like an hour. I swear, like we stopped a few times too, but it took like close to 4. So it's going to take just some time to like make sure everything's lined up if you want it perfect. However though, these lights are so DIY friendly. It just took 2 screws. He said those were super easy to do. Anyone could do them. I love that they just plug in. I don't have to charge them. We didn't have to hire someone to run like electrical. It's definitely the win of the video if you ask me. So I will definitely link those for you. And it doesn't have to be this style. Like they have all sorts of ones. But just keep that in mind if you're wanting to elevate a space. Apparently frames do matter. And I've always known lighting matters. But definitely check that out. What I love about these is they can be warm lights. They can be daylight lights. They can be somewhere in between. You can dim them. Very, very like, you know, customizable for just being like Amazon lights. Real quickly, let's touch on this TV because something always gets said to me multiple times. I know in the space, like in my camera angle, it looks small, but it's like 75-inch screen. It is not small at all. Like I know it's not a huge projector, but when you're front row, it would be like being at the movies. You know how you don't want to sit front row at the movies because the screen's so big, you have to look left and right to see the entire screen. I've done that once as a kid and I will never do it again. This is big. Like in real life, it's big and it's plenty big. You don't have to move your head to see the whole thing. I know some of you guys are very concerned, but I promise you, like in the room, it's proportioned. I think camera throws off angles. I think this is a really large space, so it throws it off. And the fact that there's like nothing else around it, I think shrinks it on camera, but it is plenty big, plenty. So like I said, we could go bigger, but I think it would be so uncomfortable because when people set up here, I don't want them like looking left and right to see the whole screen. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Just to add to that clip, like this is me front row, I'm reclined, and this is the view. So see what I mean? Like if it went all the way to the sides, that's annoying to me. Like it is the perfect view when you're right here. But I'm super happy with how it's turning out. Like I said, I'm not completely sure about the sectional. I want it. Everybody else in my family, like parents and stuff, are like, no, we love it. So the pros are these have cup holders. If something spills, it's leather. Like from this angle, it's super cool. My debate, just in case you're wondering, is that it's super cozy. Like I like laying flat. I can't lay flat on these. I also love when we host, we're always short 1 bedroom. And if there was like a cozy sectional in here, like Savannah and the nieces could sleep in here on the sectional and have their own, like that's a bathroom right there, and have drinks. And then someone could take her bedroom, so it would count as another bedroom, where right now no one wants to sleep in a recliner because like these don't like go completely flat, if that makes sense. But super cool movie room. I don't think I'm gonna put anything back there. Like this wall's so busy. I don't know. We may have like a really cool sign made there one day. Let me know what you guys think about the tower lights. Should those stay? I feel like they're cooler. Let me turn the lights off. Let's get how it's actually supposed to be. I'm just chatting away. Let's turn off these lights and figure it out. Okay. It's a little hard with my camera because it's not really made to film at night, but I'm gonna go back to that same angle. I feel like it's kind of the best angle in here so you can see everything. TV lights are super cool. This wall I'm loving. Like I said, it's really hard to capture, but it's super nice when people are watching TV, they can get up and see the candy bar. Like they can grab their snack, they can grab their drink, where before it was kind of dark, they may use their phone. And then I can turn these down too. So they're at the brightest. I'm telling you, like, I know on camera it's like, whoa, look at me lights. I could still watch TV and not bother me, but they could go down if they're bothering somebody. And then here's those tower lights over there I was talking about. And just in case you're wondering, reserved for the dog, that's George's spot. Like, he will not get settled down until he's in his spot. And if someone's there, he just like walks around huffing and puffing. Like, that's my chair. So my mom got him his own pillow, if I haven't said that yet. But here it is. I know it's really, really, really hard to tell because my camera isn't made for night vision, but I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I'm going like 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at you when you're on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready for that heartbreak? I'm going like 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at you when you're on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready for that heartbreak?
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you love the makeover, definitely let me know your favorite part or the favorite project we did. Also, let me know your vote on this cozy sectional or leave the recliners. So once again, the recliners, you have your own individual space. You have coasters. It's easy to clean up, but also remember, like, there's just 3 of us here. Like, maybe twice a year does this room get used with my entire family. Like, it's hard to get everybody in here liking the same movie. It's normally like the group of guys are in here, like the group of teenagers are in here, the group of, you know, moms are in here. So would you want to be laying in this or like a super cozy sectional? And I'll do some pop-ups here just so you guys can get an idea of the vibe I'm thinking, but definitely let me know your thoughts and I will be on the hunt. And one day we may have a big itch to switch in here, and who knows, we may not. At this point, I couldn't even tell you. We're so like divided on this room right now between like family members and all that. Time will tell. But thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful week and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Chances. I'm going like 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at you when you're on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready for that heartbreak? I'm going like 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at you when you're on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready for that heartbreak?